This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revolution, Gwildor and Orko 2-pack, or as a lot of people seem to be referring to him as, Orko the White, after the whole Gandalf the White thing for Lord of the Rings. Now, just full disclosure on this one, at the time that I am opening this package, I have not actually watched the show. I do plan on watching it sometime over this weekend, but I just haven't had time yet. So this should be interesting. And I've been avoiding spoilers and other people's reviews and stuff because I want to go into it fresh, and I will probably record some of my own early reactions to it, kind of like I did with the trailer, and maybe I'll post them. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our packaging here. So we do have Orko and Gwildor on the front with his handheld cosmic key. Continued on the side. On the back, we show Gwildor with Orko. Looks like Orko does come with mystical circle crap. And he can create little whirlwinds with his hands. God, I'm such an asshole. Gwildor, heroic creator of the cosmic key. Orko, heroic court magician. Eternia is a world of magic and technology, and no two beings represent these forces better than the spell-wielding Orko and the master inventor Gwildor. The two heroes use their combined talents to upgrade He-Man's power sword for the battle against evil. So I think during my reaction to the trailer, I mentioned it kind of looked like they were doing the electronic power sword thing with his sword. I don't know what's happened to it yet. I don't know if maybe it got broken apart in the series or if it's literally just this little thing messing with it. That's kind of rude. Anyway. Oh yeah, on the other side, we have Orko and Gwildor there too. I'd also like to note, I think I got a QC box here because there's double tape on it, and since it just came out, it's unlikely that it's a return. Oh crap, I forgot to do the top tape. Well, there appears to be more stuff in here. Oh, look at that. We got all this little information on the side here showing what comes in here. That's kind of convenient. We even have little instructions on how to attach Orko to the thing and his body parts that pop off. Jeez. But look at that. We got the nice little wax packaging like they kept on giving us with G.I. Joe. We got Orko's cutie little whirlwinds. We've got the remanufactured power sword. Gwildor's staff, which I'm not sure if it's cast in clear plastic and then part of it's painted, or if this little clear bit at the end here is actually stuck into it and that the rest is actually in a plastic. I'm not going to break it apart to figure out either. I'm almost sure it's cast in the clear plastic because it kind of feels like a little sturdier than what we usually get. You know, the kind of harder plastic that we get when we do the clear transparent stuff. And we get his cosmic key. I'm not 100% sure on this one. I'll have to check it when I get a chance, but This almost looks like that might be the Classics key that came with the time-traveling He-Man. It might actually be a reuse from Classics. And we get Orko's tail, I guess we can call it. Let's go ahead and start with Gwildor here. So Gwildor is a funny little dwarven type character. Looks like he's got lots of different layers on his figure here. Although it did a good job making this look like a cloth, but it is plastic. His head is articulated with a ball joint and a hinge, which allows you to look him around a little bit, but it is, of course, hindered by his hair and his beard. But you can still force it, although if you notice, the little upper parts here on his shoulders turned with his head. Oh, well, that time it didn't. Ouch. Looks like his head and his ears are a separate part from his hair, and his ears appear to have some articulation in them. That might be a ball joint back there. I'm not sure. Pop his head off. No, still can't really tell what it is, but it does kind of appear to me like this is a ball joint of some sort. So that's actually kind of cool. Although now, wait. I think his ears are on the wrong side of his head on my figure. Maybe. Or do they go like this and not like... I feel like this should be on this side and this should be on this side. I guess I'll have to watch the cartoon or the show just to find out. Of course, with that, you could take this part off if you want. He's got a separate skirt piece and he's got a key there. And you can kind of see where the hinge is on the neck there, along with the ball joint. The little armbands are also separate pieces and can slide around on his arms. Joints are very tight on this copy of the figure. His arm can move up and down. Sounds like there's a bit of a ratchet in there. Spin it around. Pretty sure that would be fully hindered by his shoulder armor. Probably should put that back on, huh? If we're going to do this properly. So yeah, hindered by his armor and his head. He's got a single... Ow! He's got a single joint in the elbow, making him different from the other Masterverse figures that we've seen thus far. His hand is a separate piece and can spin. There is a hinge in there, though I guess there's more range of motion than I thought I'd get out of it. And the hinge itself is the same blue as I think the arm is. And then that's painted there. He's got legs and a butt. Quite the butt crack, actually. I don't know if you can actually see that, but it is there. He's got a ball joint in the hip area. This is kind of ridiculous. And he's got a single joint again in the knee. There is a hinge at the foot, and you can spin that around. Spin that around like with most of the feet in the Master line. The knee joint also has a peg in it so it can spin around. He can kick up about like that. Kick back about like that. And then, of course, he's got his staff to hold. Oh. And his cosmic key. which again, I need to go and look to see if that is actually the same cosmic key that they did for classics. Now, just for comparison wise, real quick, before we bring out Orko, I do have the classics version of Gwildor here. The staffs have different kind of detailing, but still mostly the same with, although instead of a clear crystal on the top of the classics, it's got the painted one. His ears are a separate sculpt again, and doesn't really help with figuring out what these ears are supposed to look like. It's been a while since I actually saw the He-Man Masters of the Universe movie. I don't know if his eyes were this messed up in the movie itself, or if that's just the figure I have. I kind of think they were messed up in the movie. He's also got like a mustache kind of coming off of his face in the original figure, but not here. This guy looks kind of scary. This guy looks kind of cheerful. Other than that, they kind of kept the color schemes roughly the same. Although he's got a lot more junk in his pockets. Actually, he's got nothing in his pockets. And of course, Gwildor came with a different version of the Cosmic Key in the Classics one. He-Man was the one who came with the handheld one, but I think this one more resembles the actual one from the movie itself. Whereupon the handheld one was actually the one that came with the figure back in the 80s, but I don't have a vintage Gwildor, and I don't think I've ever actually seen one for sale anywhere. Not that I'm in a big hurry to get it. Not one of my favorite characters, if I'm being honest. And of course, we have the new electronic power sword thing. Could they have put any more of these stupid plastic tabs on here? I don't think there's enough of them yet. Well, no. Okay, so Orko comes with a stand. And then there's a little hinge here for when you want to add the mystic circle thing. So he can look like he's floating in a ball of magic. Now let's go ahead and just take a look at Orko himself, though, for the moment. And we will deal with this in a minute. So aside from his arm popping off earlier, where I'm probably going to actually have to heat it up and get it all the way back in there properly. He's got a ball joint at his head, which we can pop off. We'll do that in a minute, though. So he's got a hinge, so his arm can go up. It's hindered by this, but you can spin it around. He's got a single joint at the elbow, no joint at the wrist. The white outfit is technically a separate piece from the red, though I'm not sure you can take it off. It might be glued in place. He's got a little peg hole there to stick onto that when you get to that point. I guess that also explains why this is cut like this, so that if you want to put that on him, ooh, ah, magic, magic! His eyes are yellow, sculpted with the goldish orange pupil. It's not a bad head sculpt. I mean, well, it's kind of hard to screw up Orko's head sculpt when you just have to do a black ball with blue ears. But now we need to. Oh. You don't even have to take the head off to do this. Apparently, this just attaches back here. Whoa. I don't know why, but this suddenly reminds me of the ghosts from Pac-Man. His head is supposed to pop off, though. I mean, we saw that in the instructions. So, there we go. And yeah, that's glued in place there. That is a lot of space between the balls, but then again, his head's supposed to go in there. That's some Marvin the Martian shit going on there, isn't it? I don't know why this amuses me so much, but it does. So you can put Orko's head back in there. There's not really much playability with this figure, though, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we'll go ahead and we'll stick that back up his backside here. Oh, that's not easy. Good Lord. Apparently this is one of those things with once you take it off, you can't get it back on again kind of situations. There we go. Now we go ahead and... So this toy has definitely been designed for display more than play, let's be perfectly honest. Now, we can compare him to the Origins Orko, which honestly I like better. But then again, I also like the classic cartoon better than I like Revelations so far. And I don't know what Revolution is like. Though he did actually appear this way in Revelation at the end. A lot of people speculate that the first part had done so bad and had gotten so much negative attention that they had changed the ending on it. Which is also why we ended up with, Adam and He-Man still there and everything. Whether that's true or not, that last episode does feel like it was different than the rest of the series. So I would not be surprised if they did do it, because Kevin Smith has said that he absolutely hated Orko, to go along with his dislike of the original He-Man series to start with. So I don't think they originally intended to bring him back like they did. But anyway, looked like on the prototype images or on the images, this should have been erased, but it's just tempoed on there. So that's kind of a disappointment. Our buddy Orko here has more articulation, however, if for no other reason than he's got the articulated hands. Oh. And you can jimmy those little magic bits on there too if you want. You knew I was going to do this. Okay, maybe you didn't know I was going to do this. Oh God, this is obnoxious too. Like, it'll be fine for a display, although that's going to take up a lot of room when you get right down to it. Oh. It does appear that the Masterverse Orko does have a smaller or a bigger peg than the Origins one does. So I can't really do that. Although you can fit his head on there like that. Doesn't look too bad. I do have the 2-pack that came with Savage, He-Man, and Orko, but I've never opened it up. I should do that soon. Masterverse hasn't been a huge... Masterverse Revelation has not been a huge priority for me, opening or reviewing wise. Though now that I am doing the reviews, I will do it sooner. The tail's kind of cool, but that's just going to get in his way. I mean, I just imagine freaking Triclops or Trapjaw just stepping on the back of this, and Orko goes, "Wah!" No, and Orko's hands don't even let him hold anything. That's kind of bogus. So anyway, I think that will conclude our look at the Masterverse, Orko, and Gwildor. I do need to watch the show still. And I hope you enjoyed this review. And I will double check this and leave a note probably in the, well, somewhere on the video, like I've been doing with some of the other stupid things I miss. Anyway, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and love.